So let's continue. She struck another match, and suddenly she was sitting under the most beautiful Christmas tree. It was much larger and much lovelier than the one she had seen last year through the glass doors of the rich merchant's house. So this is the third vision that she saw. She struck the third mastic, and what she saw that suddenly she is sitting under the most beautiful Christmas tree, the most loveliest Christmas tree that she has ever seen in her life, even more lovelier than the Christmas tree that she witnessed last year, a year before, through the glass doors of a very rich merchant, right? 1,000 candles lit up the green branches, and gaily colored balls, gaily as in happy colored, beautifully happy appearing colored balls, like those in the shop windows, looked down upon her. The little girl reached forward with both hands, then out went the match. The many candles on the Christmas tree rose higher and higher through the air, and she saw that they had now turned into bright stars. One of them fell, streaking the sky with light. So the Christmas tree is described in such a way that there are 1,000 candles around, decorated around the Christmas tree, and it had beautiful colored glass balls, right, which are usually used to decorate the Christmas tree, just like the balls that are displayed in the shops. The writer says, and she, with both of her hands, she tried to extend her hands and reach these balls. When the Christmas tree again, when the matchstick again went out, and again the vision vanished. And how it vanished this time, she saw that the candle, they started rising up, and as they rose up, the speed increased, started increasing, and they immediately went up to the sky and became what she saw, stars. So the lights on the Christmas tree, the candles on the Christmas tree, that became the light in the sky, the stars. And then she saw that one of the stars fell and streaked across the sky. You guys must have seen, a star falling. A star doesn't fall. Essentially, what happens? A small part of a meteor, a small part outside from the space, it comes into the atmosphere, and when it comes, it starts, because of the friction, it starts to burn up. And when we see across the sky from the ground, it appears like a star has, it has fallen, and it has broken from the sky, and it is falling towards the earth. Now someone is dying, said the little girl, for her old grandmother, the only one who had ever been good to her but who was now dead, had said, whenever a star falls, a soul goes up to God. So what she murmured slightly when she saw the falling sky, she said, now someone is dying. And why she said that? Because her old grandmother, who was the only person in the world who loved her unconditionally, but unfortunately who was dead now, she used to say that whenever a star falls, a soul from the earth goes to God. She struck another match on the wall. Once more there was light, and in the glow stood her old grandmother, oh so bright and shining, and looking so gentle, kind and loving. So she struck the fourth mastic, and in this the light in the light of this particular mastic, the vision that she saw was that her old grandmother, who appeared so bright and shining, right? Who looked so gentle and kind and loving. The reason that she looked even so gentle and kind and loving, because these are the things that the girl was missing in her life at the moment. For someone to be kind to her, for someone to love her, for someone to be gentle with her. Remember, this is a girl who is hungry and who will eventually die due to the cold and outside on a street, right? While all around her people are celebrating Christmas, which is essentially the birth of Jesus Christ. And people are celebrating Christmas all around her in their warm houses and eating good food, right, while she dies hungry and due to cold outside. So this gives you a certain irony. So there's a lot of symbolism in the poem, as I've said earlier. So you can understand that, see, the Nazarite, Jesus Christ, right, he loved children. He really loved them, and he said that anyone who gives them, who helps them, will not go unrewarded. So you can understand that how ironical this is, that people all around, people are, they're getting Christmas trees in their houses, they're celebrating Christmas, but still they do not actually care about the real teachings of the Christ, because a girl outside is dying and nobody cares. So her grandmother was looking so gentle, kind, and loving, because this girl needed gentleness and kindness and loving in her life at this moment. And she saw her grandmother, and she started crying. Granny, cried the little girl, "Oh, take me with you. I know you will disappear when the match is burnt out. You will vanish like the warm stove, the lovely rose goose, and the great glorious Christmas tree." Glorious means beautiful. Then she quickly struck all the rest of the matches she had in the packet, for she did so want to keep her grandmother with her. So the little girl started crying. She said, "Granny, oh please take me with you. I'm fed up with this world. I'm alone and sad and hungry and cold. Take me with you. I know you will disappear, just like the great glorious Christmas tree, the warm stove, and the rose goose. You will disappear when the match goes, when the match is burnt out, right?" So in her desperation to keep her granny as long as possible as she could, right, she started burning all of the candle, all of the mastics that she had in her in the packet that she was holding. The matches flared up with such a blaze that it was brighter than broad daylight, and her old grandmother had never seen so beautiful or so stately before. Stately means elegant, right? She took the little girl in her arms and flew with her high up, oh so high, towards glory and joy. Now they knew neither cold nor hunger nor fear, for they were both with God. So when she started striking all of them, burning all of the matches in the packet that she was holding, the blaze of the burning matches was so bright. It appeared that in the middle of the night, daylight has occurred. It was so bright. It was giving out so much light, and in that light, her old grandmother, who must have been just as poor as she was, because she belonged to a poor family, she had never looked so beautiful and so elegant and stately as she looked in this particular light. So she took up the little girl in her arms, and she flew up towards God, towards glory and joy, where there is no hunger, where there is no cold, no fear, because both of them were with God. But in the cold dawn, in the corner formed by the two houses, sat the little girl with rosy cheeks and smiling lips, dead, frozen to death on the last evening of the old year. The dawn of the new year rose on the huddled figure of the girl. She was still holding the matches, and half a packet had been burned. But when the dawn appeared, when morning started coming up, in the same corner where between formed by the two houses where the girl sat, her body was still there, smiling a little bit with rosy cheeks. The little girl's body was there. She was dead, frozen to death on the last evening of the old year, that is on the Christmas Eve. And the dawn of the new year, when the Christmas actually came on the 25th of December, people found her huddled body. She had taken her knees up to her chin, so to keep her warm. That what means huddled body, and she was still holding the matches, half of the packet of which was burnt. Right? She was evidently trying to warm herself, people said. So when the people saw that dead child, what they said was, it appears evidently, as in it was evident, it appeared, from what we see, we can take the conclusion out that she was trying to warm herself. But no one knew what beautiful visions she had seen, and in what a blaze of glory she had entered with her dear old grandmother into the heavenly joy and gladness of a new year. So people, when they saw her, when they saw the little girl's body, they felt a little bit of pity, and they said that it appeared she was trying to warm herself. But the poet is trying to say that you do not have to need to worry about her now. You did not worry about her. You did not show kindness. You did not show pity to her when she was alive. So you do not need to do it right now. Now that she is dead, because you do not know the beautiful those four beautiful visions that she has seen, right? And you do not know the blaze of glory in such a beautiful manner. Along with her grandmother, she has she has moved towards God. She went to God in such a beautiful manner that God will take care of her. You people who did not show kindness and love to her when she needed on the earth, you do not need to show it now that she is dead. So it's a very beautiful story with a lot of imagery and symbolism, and it's trying to it emphasizes the fact that people need to have compassion, and they need to show that compassion for those people who are less fortunate than them. So this completes the story, The Little Match Girl. If you have any question, do let me know. Thank you, class.